Prisoner of war, missing in action. Host the colors.
And you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, who were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
The table at the front before you is set in their honor and to their memory. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the center of our gathering. You may have noticed the table set before you. It is filled with symbolism. I will explain. This table is set for our prisoners of war and those missing in action from all wars. They are not with us tonight. Their chairs are empty, but saved for their hoped return. Let us remember their absence. Let us remember the United States Army, honored by Cadet Major Cotto. Let us remember the United States Marine Corps, honored by Cadet Master Sergeant Fuentes. Let us remember the United States Navy, honored by Cadet Tech Sergeant Vasquez. Let us remember the United States Air Force, honored by Cadet Tech Master Sergeant Smith. Let us remember the United States Coast Guard, honored by Cadet Senior Master Sergeant Lionel. Let us remember the men and women, prisoners of war from all branches of service that are too often forgotten. Let us remember them. The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms, so that their children could remain free. Remember. The lone candle symbolizes the frailty of a prisoner alone, trying to stand up against his oppressors. Remember. The black ribbon on the candle reminds us of those who will not be coming home. Remember. The single rose reminds us of the loved ones and families of our comrades in arms who keep the faith and await their return. Remember. A slice of lemon is on the bread plate to remind us of their bitter fate if we do not bring them home. Remember. There is salt on the plate, symbolic of the family's tears as they wait and remember. The glasses are inverted. They cannot toast with us tonight. Maybe tomorrow, if we remember. The red, white, and blue ribbon is tied to the flower vase by a yellow ribbon that was worn by thousands who awaited their return. Remember. The faded picture on the table is a reminder that they are missed very much and are remembered by their families. Remember. As we look upon this empty table, do not remember ghosts from the past. Remember our comrades. Remember those whom we depended on in battle. They depend on us to bring them home. Remember our friends. They are the ones we love, who love life and freedom as we do. They will remember what we do. Please honor and remember them.
ultimate sacrifice. We pray that you will welcome them in your arms.
Dr. Du Hoa was born in Vietnam in the early 60s. He lived through the war, the fall of Saigon, and several years of communist rule. He finally escaped the communists on his 11th attempt. Persistent, I have to tell you that. The 11th attempt in June of 1981. He found freedom in the United States in September of 1982. He started to learn English as a second language in multiple churches and finished his GED. Before I introduce you, I'd like to tell you that he was also a Navy veteran. Oh. Thank you for that. I understand you worked on jet engines, and none of them crashed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's certainly my honor and privilege, and please welcome Dr. Du Hoa.
Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm humbled and honored to speak to you. My name is Dr. Du Hoa. I'm from Vietnam. I was born in the early 60s in the war zone, even though I was just a small boy. But I still remember very well, during the New Year National Holiday celebration of 1968, they violated the ceasefire agreement and launched surprise massive attacks to the people of South Vietnam. But the people were strong and brave. The South Vietnamese and the American officers stood up together and pushed back the barbaric demons. They decisively defeated the communists in the Test Offensive, 1968. After courageously throw back the invasion from the north, the people of the south trying to resume their normal life. However, the North Vietnam communists continued their evil ambitions of taking over the internationally recognized free and independent sovereign nation of the Republic of South Vietnam. The war went on. The North Vietnamese army launched a massive full-scale invasion of South Vietnam with more than 200,000 troops. That brought the collapse, the fall of Saigon, the tragic Victoria disaster to the South Vietnamese people. South Vietnam had fallen into the hand of the communists. We lost our country, and we lost our freedom. I knew. I wanted to follow the path that my brothers and sisters have been fighting for, the path of freedom. I still remember so well how our men and women fought for freedom. My Vietnam veterans, I saw you there. I saw you in my village, scouting and fighting the enemy. I saw you standing tall here broadly with the South Vietnamese soldiers defending us against the communists. I saw you helping the sick and the injured Vietnamese people. I saw you protecting my village and making me and all the children laugh. You brought the freedom and security to my village. You are our angels. I knew you were serving and fighting not only for your own country, but also for more than 30 million men, women, and children of South Vietnam. I saw you there. I couldn't thank you enough. More than 58,000 members of American officers and nearly 300,000 of South Vietnamese soldiers have paid the ultimate sacrifice in fighting the freedom of Vietnam. There were more than 662 prisoners of war in the Vietnam War. How could we ever begin to imagine what our BOW have courageously endured the cruel treatment of the communists of Vietnam? There were still thousands missing in action. Decades have passed, but the agonies are still with their families. today. I would like to thank to all those brave souls who ultimately sacrifice have made the world a better place for all humanity. My Vietnam veterans, and please be proud that you step up and serve your country in fighting for more than 30 million men, women, and children of South Vietnam. Thank you for letting me have this opportunity today to speak with you. But this is not just my voice. This is the voice of the entire people of South Vietnam. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to vindicate our Vietnam veterans. You are always our heroes, and we always honor you. We love you. Please accept this grateful word from our heart and souls, and thank you so much for your service and sacrifice in fighting for the moral and noble cause on our behalf. Thank you. Thank you, and welcome home. Welcome home.